Hey there, I've been waiting all morning for the weather to be nice. It's cold and rainy, and I got a ton done yesterday, but I really want to be out in the garden a little bit today. So I need a project that's not going to take me way out to the vegetable garden, where I can still get my hands dirty and still get a little bit of progress on the season. So I'm going to work right there, right off the porch. I have some flowers over there, some perennials. Some of them are great, and they came back just fine from last year. Some of them didn't. So I actually got a second one. Well, let me just show you what I'm talking about. Oh, before I take you over there, I forgot what I wanted to do today. Another thing that I want to plant are these ranunculus. Ranunculus grow from a little corm. It's not a bulb. It's this weird little thing called a corm. So what I need to do first is put these in some water. I planted these 2 years ago. I dug them up before it froze. I didn't plant them again last year. I guess you can't really see that. Isn't that strange? I didn't plant them again last year, and I have no idea if they're going to grow back. But I need to soak them to see if they'll absorb water, and then I have a place for these also right over there off the porch. So I'm going to get these soaking in some water. So if you turn right off of our porch, this is an area that I worked on last year. So we have a bay window right here. I am holding space for a future piece of sculpture. I'm not sure what I want here. I know I don't want it to be mythological. I really want it to be like a child or a lady carrying water. Who knows? But then all around here, these are Shasta daisies, and these are Veronica. This is one of my new favorite flowers. I'm not really big on white in the garden, but this area, I guess, is all going to be white and pink. This is Snow in Summer, and I'm just in love with that. Eventually, I probably need to cut that in half and move part of it. And then I got a little bit more Snow in Summer for over here. So they'll be on both sides of the path next year. But look, that Shasta daisy and this Shasta daisy didn't get as big as the others did, and I love how big these are, so I got extra to go there and there next to those guys to fill in a little bit of the space. And then when the ranunculus have absorbed that water, I'm going to plant those right here. That way, when it's time to dig them up before the next frost in October or whenever that is, I'll just step right off the porch and have that right here to deal with. See if I can find some gloves, yes, and a spade. Awesome, we're in business. And then this is where I've been harboring my plants that need to go in the ground. Got a lot of peppers here and some celery that has had better days, so hopefully I didn't kill that. All right, let's start with the daisies. Walk past the poppies without getting a beautiful picture of those. Look at them. Oh my gosh. Now I don't want to crowd what's already here, so I'm going to put these further back. What's going to happen when these guys open, when they flower, they're going to be really big and beautiful, and then as soon as the rain comes, they're all going to fall over. I really do need to put some supports up, but that's future Anna's problem. I give her a lot of problems, actually. Okay, so let's put this like right here. Ooh, that is some root-bound mess. All right, maybe that'll help it out a little bit. Okay, there's one down. Look at those roots coming out the bottom. All right, I'll kind of curve this around. Put these ones right here, because there's really nothing going on in this corner. Eventually, our plan for that corner is to let the wisteria grow up above me. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. And then go across the bay window. Okay, those roots were nuts also. Take that guy out. I know what this is. Okay, this is gonna be so pretty. So now I have double the chances of these guys growing back next year, since they did struggle. What's funny is, take a look at this snow in summer. This is all one plant. I planted 3 plants, okay? These 2, I don't even know where the 2 are. Oh, here's one of the 2. And then this one did spread out a little bit. So that's good. But this is a mum that grew up huge last year. And it was like 3 feet tall. And then, of course, when it rained, it fell over right on top of these. And I think they got somewhat smothered. And so I am definitely going to have to go through, whoops, and separate some of those out, because they've definitely spread a little bit. But not right now. And then right now I'm going to get the extra ones that I bought and fill in this little area. So Donnie came out to talk to me about some ministry stuff, and I just kept working while he was talking, but I didn't video getting all of these plants in the ground, but I'll show you what I did. Loving the way this is looking, especially on a nice rainy overcast day like today. But I planted all of these snow in summer on the right hand side. That's the size they were last year, and now they look like that. So this is going to be so pretty next year, and I've just got to keep working against the weeds, as always. No big deal. It's the best way to deal with a weed, is to pull it. I planted one extra one right there. Then we've got the daisies that I filled in the gaps with. And that's it. And so let me just show you what the future of this space is going to look like. The first year we were here, I found a good non-invasive version of wisteria. Look, it's all wrapped around itself because I didn't pin it up earlier, but here it is. So a non-invasive version, and it's going to go up this. We're going to actually tack it to the side of that post there and allow it to go across there and then across the bay window. And so step back here with me. And can you just imagine someday when this is all grown up and full-sized and that wisteria goes up and around and oh my gosh, it's going to look like the secret garden. That's like my goal in life, is to build a secret garden. But for right now, I just love this. And I'm looking for the statue that's going to go right there. Just so you can celebrate with me, on the other side of this same porch, I have a wisteria that I guess maybe got better sunlight than the other one, or you never know why one plant does better than the others. But it's already vining up this year, and for the first time ever, it's working on a bloom. So I am super excited about that. This one, so they're going to be mirror images of each other. That one's going to grow up that post, and this one's going to grow up this post, and then along the side of the porch like that. You do have to watch wisteria. You have to train it and prune it a lot, or it'll take over and even pull down your porch. We're not going to let it do that, but I cannot wait for it to bloom someday and just be like taking over. I'm going to let it go that way and that way also across the front of the porch. I just plain don't have time to do what I'm about to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I have lasagna that needs to go in the oven. We have guests here and they have to be fed. So I have to get that lasagna in the oven really soon. But it's still not raining anymore. And Eli and I cleared out almost all of the radishes in our little spring garden space. And here I have the celery. And I think it'll be a nice place to put the celery while I'm waiting for the other springy things to grow. So radishes go so fast. They're only like 25 to 30 days. And so they're pretty much done. This was easier than it needed to be, so that's awesome. I have this much space. It's not very much. It's like 3 feet this way, maybe 18 inches this way, but I have no idea how much room celery needs. Oh my gosh, there's nothing on here that tells anything about it. All right, let me look this up. It looks like I can get away with about 12 inches separation. Oh my gosh, these are so sick of me. Look at that. That looks terrible. Okay, so like that. I'm just gonna fill up this whole space with celery. Do I have, wait, is that all of them? Oh yeah, there's one. Yeah, that'll work. Look how cute they are. This light green thing, or chartreuse thing, is the celery. I've never grown celery in my garden, except for like a stump of celery we replanted from the grocery store. These are the leftover radishes that I did not pull yet, and I'm gonna leave them here, and I'll show you what the purpose of that is. Now, some of these never grew at all. They were probably just too crowded, or maybe the other one's leaves shaded out the sun and they couldn't grow properly. But this is why we're leaving them here. Do you see this right here? It's branching out. So usually when you pick a radish that's ready to be eaten, you just have like a bunch of leaves like this. All the ones that are just perfect for me to show you are already in the house. We took them all today. But they look kind of like this. They don't have any branching. But you see what's going on here? It's starting to branch. And then if you look really closely, it almost looks like a little bit of broccoli on the end there. What's happening is that this is called bolting. Now, the radish is not actually the end product of this plant. Like most plants, this thing is going to make a fruit. The radish is the root, okay? This is the stem. It's branching off now. It's going to produce a fruit. It's going to produce a little bean pod that has seeds inside. When the bean pods are green, they're spicy and they kind of taste like a peanut, and they're absolutely delicious. So if your radishes bolt and you're like, what on earth? They didn't even make very big radishes. That's okay, because there's actually a secondary product that your garden can produce. And then that's what we're going to let happen in these radishes right here, because it did get a little bit warm this week and they started bolting. So we took all the ones that weren't bolting and we decided to let the rest of them turn into radish pods. And they're great in salads, or you can let it grow until it completely dries out and the little beans will actually have seeds, and you can just replant the radishes in the fall. So we've got radishes, celery. These are shelling peas that they said they were a bushing type, so hopefully I didn't go wrong not trellising them. And then there are our carrots. I might plant another row of carrots somewhere else. And then there's Eli's little garden right there, doing really well. But it's time for me to go inside and start cooking. I've got to stop playing outside. I've definitely passed up my time limit here. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you later. So dinner's over and it turned out really good. I made 4 lasagnas. I didn't take a picture of anything, but I'm gonna plant. Some of them did puff up. Okay, check this out. See how they're just a little bit puffy? That's what I was looking for. That's a good sign. But I think they'll grow. This is not the right time to plant them, but I never plant things at the right time, and typically things work out just fine. So I'm going to take these outside. I'm going to grab some gloves again. Oh, it's really cold. And I'll show you how to plant ranunculus. This is south facing, so I'm going to uncover some of this area right here that's full of mulch. I covered up a ton of weeds. These are like a ornamental onion. Honestly, they're so strange. They make a really pretty little white flower at the end of fall, kind of. See? But then they seed like crazy, and so I just have thousands of them. Try to get rid of them as often as I can. All right, so I'm going to uncover and find the dirt here. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but this is the spot that I chose. Sorry, I'm just pouring out the extra water here. These guys need to be about 6 inches apart and about 2 inches underground. Yeah, these puffed up so nicely. That's exactly what I was hoping would happen. So I'm just going to stick that. See how they have a little stem? That stem part goes facing up, and then the corm part faces down. This one is actually probably several. And if I really wanted to, I could separate them. Let's see. They separate easily. My one hand here. They're pretty tangled. Yeah, they separated. Okay, so about 6 inches separation here, and about 2 inches down. 6 inches is closer than you think. Something like that. Get one back here. I have no idea what colors these are. I think they did a lot of like purple and orange, but I really don't remember at all. I just found this bag and was like, I wonder if these are still viable. Okay. I'm over here. I'm planting something. I'm trying to figure out where they all are. I still have that many. I did read that you can plant them a little bit closer than 6 inches apart, especially if you're going to dig them up each fall. You don't have to worry about them spreading. And they do need lots and lots of sunlight. So either they will grow and bloom, or they'll just absorb back into the ground. Who cares? Whew. Try not to cover this back up with quite as much mulch. I don't like disturbing pretty mulch, but I also needed to plant something here. Someday I'll get everything planted before I mulch. Okay, just a little bit on top there. All right, Ranunculus, let's see what you can do. I'm officially done. I was only able to do a few things today, but I like to do something. We have a very short growing season, and it's hard when you don't get to do things every single day. Oh, hello. All right, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you later.
Bye, don't forget to like and subscribe.